Hi everybody, it's Kind of Bueno here, and I've had a lot of indie games from PS Plus just sitting around, and I thought, well, I just have so many good games, why not just play them on my channel? I've been dying to do this for quite a while, and we're starting with Gone Home, which I hear is a really atmospheric game, and I'm just dying to get into this, so let's go.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so guess we're home. I'm Caitlin Greenbrier. Let's see. Okay, so let's well, I have no use for it now. Let's take the house key. Now, I really love exploring environments, so I think this game will be just perfect for me. Okay, yeah, let's go in first. Katie, I'm sorry you can't be there. Huh, weird. So, what am I supposed to do, really? Guess just let's look around. All right. Really wish I had a flashlight or something. Can't see anything. Can I run? No, I can't. Okay. Weekly planner. Nothing really interesting. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what this operation is. Well, let's go to a lit area for... Oh god. Okay, this isn't really a horror game. It's more kind of a mystery game from what I understand, so... It's not like this house is haunted or anything. I hope. Horror games are really not my speciality. Okay. Hey, it's one of the postcards I sent, okay. Let's examine it. Okay, so Katie has been traveling the world, I guess. So far it seems like a completely normal family. Huh. This could mean something in obituary. Mr. Mason was born September 8th. in the house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He attained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and returned to Boone County. Quickly became a well-loved figure at the center of the community. In the decades... Okay. I'm wondering, like, does this guy have any importance, or is everything sort of tied together? Did I complete any objective at the end of the game? What am I supposed to do, really? Pizza box. Okay. Well, so far nobody left any pizza, so that's normal. Making friends even when you're shy. I guess Sam is really shy.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. I think this, I found something that's kind of worthwhile to talk about, I guess. For the game to get me into Sam's journal. I'm pretty sure she's Katie's sister, right? Samantha with turtle people. Okay. Looked up at the ocean and went forever, or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get back to the Paradise Fair. Then she heard a cannon fire. It was a black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at Horse Island." Wow, intense fantasy. The first mate said, "Looked like he fought too soon." The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck of the Black. Wow, a much more creative child than I was at second grade. "You're never gonna find the edge. Far ain't no paradise, and your father were a liar." Captain Allegra yelled back, "Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile?" Following us. The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find out the edge of the world, and you'll never see her father was no liar." And you'll see her father was no liar. Huh. That could lead to something. The battle kept on until Captain Allegria's ship got away. Okay. I'm going to read some things out loud because, I mean, you have to hear my beautiful voice, plus there's so many things to read out here. Gotta talk somewhere, right? Okay, just let's turn on the lights everywhere I can, just so more things will be visible. Okay, I'd say so far. I mean, this is a really big house. Darn it, why? Okay, the light switches are at least easy to find. Half of the room is lit, half of it not. Okay, I can turn on the lamp as well. Okay. A coaster, okay. Quite a cute coaster, I gotta say. Read assignment. Below are 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Get a sheet of lined paper, choose one of 2 stories and rewrite it. Begin with the title and your name. Okay. The menstrual cycle. It travels through the fallopian tube. The ovary releases the ovum. About 2 weeks later, since the lining of the uterus is not needed for pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. If the egg doesn't meet the sperm, it dissolves. While the ovum is... Okay, I think we get the idea. The early morning of September 1st, 1939. Okay, this is... the beginning of World War II. Essa Glatz stares out the window of a train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Wayland in Poland. As her train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. Asa's train approaches its destination. Her heart races. The lining of her uterus is getting thick and soft. Okay. I guess this is kind of putting the twist on the first story. As Asa steps off the train, her eyes dart quickly across the gathered crowd. Then there, her dear boy, still in his baker's smock. He must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come to meet her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovary releases the ovum. It travels through the fallopian tube. Over the whizzing of steam engines, a deep hum grows. It's from the sky. Dark shadow pass over the station. A whistling sound. Asa, her thoughts only a second faster than the bombs, reaches out towards her dear boys across the crowd. Her eyes lock at the moment freezes. The flash and smoke envelops him almost entirely. Wow, that's awful. And the assault by German forces, almost 75% of people in her hometown are killed. The rest, including Asa and for a long time Boyslav, huddle in a half-destroyed church. He is blind, his legs are missing, bandaged with torn bedsheets. Asa's egg will not be meeting a sperm. It dissolves. Wow. Boris loses his grip on life. Asa has given up her rations to keep Boris alive, but in the end nothing can save him. Since the lining of the uterus is not needed for a pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. As a house to survive. I don't know if this is humorous or terrible. She sets off to join the Polish resistance as a daring spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. It's incredible how a female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. And the teacher probably replies, "See me." Well, yeah, that's... Gotta give it to Samantha. She is creative. And twisted. Let's say creative for now. Oh, let's play a record. Maybe pour myself a drink.
Somehow I always knew that someday we...
Guess I can't drink anything.
Now that it's happened, I just can't believe it's true. I've done the best I could to keep from
Can I
feeling...
beat the game? I mean, I eventually find out something, right? Gotta be. Okay, so I'm the accidental savior. Oh, it's probably her father, because same last name, Greenbrier. I mean, why isn't Katie finding it weird that nobody's in the house? And that's assuming I'm playing as Katie. I'm not sure that. It makes the most sense, right? But could be like this twist ending that I'm not. Katie, please tell Mom and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing. Okay. I'm not gonna say she got into a bad crowd, that's assuming too much. Okay. Read note. Hi Lonnie. So if you wanted to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Write back and leave this in my locker if you still want to meet. And we can meet in the parking lot after 6. Samantha, yeah, I am totally in. See you there. Then I'm gonna kick your butt. Get ready.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
The psycho house. Okay, not a good sign. There has to be a combination somewhere, but well, I have no idea where it is. Guess we'll find that sometime. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. I'm not sure where, but we're getting somewhere. Double-sided play, headphone display. We say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you have to be in the market for a combination LD-CD player, then you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular. You could have just written interest and finished it, but okay. Psycho House. Something is fishy. Is it something like her father did? Because I mean, it seems like people were mocking him or something, right? Because of that play with Samuel who was in the 2nd grade with Pirate Thing. True stories. I was a teenage drag queen. Doesn't look like something Sam would be interested in. I don't know, I'm just assuming her personality. She sounds a bit like Ellie from The Last of Us, right? Kind of that witty, sarcastic tone, humorous, a bit disturbed as well. David asked me to write you news regarding the reviews you've been submitting over the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it, even when it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and nuns. So, I don't know, from the usable copy without the heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theater Aficionado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations on your childhood. David's known you for a long time and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. Okay, so, well, I get the idea. Ooh. 0451. You know, that locker earlier had a four number combination. Let's try it. I'll feel really smart if I pull this off. Nice. Dear Mr. Mason, please find enclosed your original document and the typed copy of for your records. The notarized copy has been filed out at our offices. Thank you for entrusting our firm. Oh wow. Okay. I, Oscar Mason, possessing full competence of mind and memory. I'll try not to read everything, so we can skip like to important parts, but it's really interesting, so I don't mind it. And after full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried, have no children. I declare that I had no standing debts to my name. I do hereby bequeath, I don't know, every item value of which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at 1 Harbor Hill, as well as any and all personal property owning the accounts to Terrence L. Why? In the event that said Terrence should predecease me, then, and in such event, the bequest to him, I think that was the guy with the papers actually, but Oscar Mason, the bequest to him shall fall in the same as the bequest to his children, as ordered by aides and competence as stewards of the estate. Okay. So this is some declaration. Yeah, this is about the same. I don't know why it repeats itself, but it's pretty much the same, right? Okay, this is the only document of value. So yeah, let's close the door. The door can open it back again, so that's always nice. Crippled pages. John Russell opened his eyes and saw them, a star, twinkling as if he were laying on the grass in his family's yard in Massachusetts, even though that place was a million miles away. No. Yes, he was a long way from home, but the future needed him. Okay, let's read this again because it sounds interesting actually. I don't know, he blinked with sleep from his eyes looking through the carbon-reinforced safety glass of the space station Archimedes. Yes, he was a long way from home, but the future needed him. John Russell's head swam. He felt incredibly drunk despite not having touched a drop in hours. He vomited onto his feet. His bare feet. He stirred for a moment, processing his sick, flecked toenails, scanning up his bare shins, bare knees. He was completely naked. He looked up and met the eye of a gorgeous blonde woman wearing a tight polymer fiber tunic. Now you're speaking my language. With a fabric that strained that seems to contain her generous bosom was emblazoned with the phrase Matter Transference Operator. Then he passed out. John Russell had crossed the gap in time. Only messages had passed before, but now man. Okay, not Amen. They needed him now more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions from the console had been cleared: what to proceed, what to procure, what to construct from it, how to assemble it. So he made some time machine, okay, and how to transport it bodily across time. Now he stood there on the bridge of a starship. Archimedes, ND of a vessel, because only he who had saved the president's life twice before, but of course, could helm the Niev crew to their destiny, the fate of the galaxy. So somebody, I guess he's some kind of product reviewer, right? But he also, like, tries writing fantasy once in a while. So far we're assuming, I think we're building this world kind of nicely. I think some of my assumptions are good. I'm generally satisfied with what I've found so far. I could be entirely off, but I don't know. Welcome, new student. So this is what you need for high school.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
So, why is it the Psycho House? Yeah, is that... Well, I'm not exactly sure who this could be. We haven't seen anything about the mother yet. Why is this a Psycho House? Sam, Katie, Mom, and Dad. Okay, Terry and Jan. So I guess this is Sam and this is me, right? I'm Katie. Again, not 100%. Let's remember that.
Sam. Sam. Hello.
So let's close the door. This is creeping me out a bit.
Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so I guess that was... well, I forgot her name, but girl that is at the 7-Eleven, right, playing the Mario Kart, something with L. Lori? I don't know. I'm kind of ashamed that I forgot. Anyways, I think that was her looking for Sam. For some reason, she really needed her, and Sam was not available. Okay, I can't really ring anybody, right? Can I? No, I cannot. Not that I would have any idea, but maybe like later in the game. Grab tissue box. Okay. Good note. Okay, gotta say, so far the family has its charms. For some reason we moved into a weird house. But that doesn't say much about the family, right? Okay, so that's Janice. She's a senior conservatist at Forestry Service. Okay, now that explains that note we found upstairs. It's suddenly coming together a little bit, right? We're getting a clue. I'm not getting much of a clue. A skull. One of trophies. My old tractor trophy, okay. A book. No. You know, it's maybe my crazy obsessiveness to try and close everything back. So yeah, I gotta stop because I'm opening so many things. Okay, I have no reason why I'm not my character isn't finding any of this extremely bizarre, right? Why isn't anybody home? Why is the door opened? Why? Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. Okay, plumes of smoke will rise above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of next week as a part of Forestry Service strong controlled burn of overgrown sections of Flint Brook National Forest. Forestry crews have been preparing the area for months. The burn operation will take place between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday, depending on the speed of progress. Okay, so they had to plan the burn, which I guess the mother was involved in, right? Okay, so again, we're learning something. I think we're learning quite a lot, actually. You know, I don't know if I'm doing well or I'm not, but I'm pretty sure I am. And
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
I haven't had that much to drink. Slowly faster. How many fingers am I holding up? You'd better not have been reading my secret diary again. Here you go, Mitten. Have some pate. Gross. Wow. Let's see if it's the same combination. The odds are pretty low, and I'm not exactly sure if it's a combination. Not it. Okay, so she has some deep relationship with Lonnie. I don't know if it's a romantic relationship. It isn't. Okay. Pretty swaggy, I gotta say. Pretty swaggy. Okay. A chapter. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended with a single shining thread into the lower cavern of a labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to the goal, the throne room of a dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her. I guess Sam is she's a really talented writer, gotta say. Front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. A silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way to the entrance. From farther into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. The king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked down at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over a blue orb topping his royal scepter. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one, through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from the rock, led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention and then you." But the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him to a merry chase." She held up the sync line, all traced by this invisible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged three tight squeezes, their palms going warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute in the wing, and dashed out. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly at the top. Why? Okay. Why am I not seeing it like in the... That's really weird. This is awfully weird, gotta say. Okay, crosses the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his way to no. No, the singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut. Then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering the line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredding and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Wow, this is good. I honestly enjoyed that, gotta say. Ooh. Alright, read note. Hi Lonnie, I wrote this in the first period and left it in your locker on the way to second. It's what all the cool kids are doing, I've decided. Write me back. Also, there's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages in their beepers. But we're cooler than that, than their beepers. Because guess what? They can't put on... We can't put this on a beeper and 2 cats badassly riding a motorcycle. Nice. Your drawings of cats are so good, but I added the background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing though. Haha, I like it. How did you know we were about to be abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Plish right now. I feel like he would probably have lots of cats. Also, like his secret shame is he watches 9210 religiously. I'll ask him about it after class. It's a bit hard to read your handwriting for some reason. I can't see like in the normal text like I did before. So he doesn't have cats, and also but he's never watched 9210, but I could see in his eyes, but he was lying. Okay, so far so good. It's Steggy. Stegosaurus, nice. Okay, so far, I mean, she's having a bit of trouble fading in, right? But I mean, she. Okay, so I'm in Sam's room right now, right? Right. So many things to see here. Let's read this brochure. Okay, so for some college. Okay, I guess it's a bug, but the text should appear here, right? but it isn't. So that's kind of odd, really. If I could find anything, really anything, that could indicate about the locker combination, that would be brilliant. Okay, so that's... She likes motorcycles. This is the one me and my dad are building. Wanna go for a ride when it's done? Huh. Groove magazine. Alright, so I think that's so far, and I'm not exactly sure on this. Oh wait a minute. I wanted to put this back to set player.
We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool schmuck. I don't wanna sit around and talk about
Ooh.
water.
Got in 64 carats. Yeah, it is. Okay, so nice. Oh, this is just a case. Well, I guess let's keep exploring the upstairs part. Also, I don't think I thought this was like some initial customer level. Damn, so okay, really done right now. That's how you shake it. She has no idea. I mean, I'm seriously going to leave every freaking lamp on. I don't even care. 17 years old and therefore an independent, fully functional human being. Okay, the fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own is frankly absurd. Compared with Katie, who was only 3 years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own like a human being, and since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter Samantha. Okay. So maybe like Sam went into a city, they went after her? Mom and Dad's bedroom. Okay, this could really be a turning point. Or could mean nothing at all. But I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling. Okay, this is the postcard. Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Willie Nelson. Okay. So, are they like country fans? Quite a lot of clothes. Honestly, it seems like they were leaving. Something happened. Is there a single TV in the house that actually like works? Just wondering. Okay, the drawers have nothing in them. Just checked all of them. So I won't miss anything. Okay, a bathroom for some reason without any mirrors. Now, okay, it's pretty clear that I'm Katie, right? I was at first not certain of it because... But she keeps referring to stuff as hers. It's probably one of a family, and yes, it's Katie. But then again, there isn't a single mirror, so we can turn, you know, just pull after the honeymoon. rediscovering your spouse personally, spiritually, and sexually. Okay. Yeah, I understand the tug. Now I can turn the water on and see some really poorly rendered water effects. But yeah, that absolutely does nothing. I'm wondering, like, does it all tie together? Do only small parts tie in together? That there's just for authenticity? I'm really not sure. Watercolor techniques. Okay, so somebody's into painting. I'm really not sure who it is. And okay. Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Walter White. Okay, so why are these things under... It isn't normal for people to have so many things under the bed. Dear Sam, oh honey, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I have had our down periods. It's become a bit of a way of life, actually. You get used to each other. You live your own lives in the same house. The kids grow up, they go away. I'm sorry this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry. Terry will get over whatever is distracting him. Oh, Jan, okay. Things will go back to normal. And as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. What was that? Seriously. Okay, it really sounded like there's somebody else in the house, but that can't be, right? Right. Sorry, I'm a coward. Not even denying it. And as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. In the meantime, though, this controlled burn that sounds like quite the adventure. I'm not quite understanding the handwriting. But let's cut to the chase. This new manager they sent, that's what I want to hear about. Ranger Rick, you have to be kidding me. It's too perfect, you have to tell me anything. And send pictures, I want the whole package. Wait, that sounded wrong. Keep your chin up until Terry is out of his slump. And in the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. Okay. So that's about our girl pal, Carol. Gal pal. But, really haven't gotten any Sam voice clips. Just really what it's all about, isn't it? Aw, Mitten. The thing is, why isn't Katie bringing things into the house? Is it like, could I have brought the suitcase and stuff? I'm really not understanding. Okay, so let's explore a little bit. I guess I'm getting closer to the downstairs area. Yeah, here I am. Okay, so I think we're just kind of a dead end, right? I guess I need to explore more of the house.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
Okay, so I guess I should have taken this first, but I kind of went off exploring. magazine, toilet paper. Faucet. No, pretty normal bathroom, it would seem. Okay. So let's see. How about this marker? Can I use it? No. So is any playback?
Sam. Sam.
Okay, yeah, it is. So this is this guy's obituary. Let's just see. So he wrote a will at 60 years old. That's kind of weird. He died in this house, huh? Okay, so the father is this guy's nephew, and he had no other family. Okay. It seemed like almost he knew he was gonna die, right? Welcome, new student. A positive attitude. Fingers crossed off except for positive attitude. Yeah, I'm liking Sam. She has a nice personality. I mean, she's amusing and stuff. Okay, so I think we covered most of the rooms. At least, I'm pretty sure I did. I may have missed quite a lot then, because yeah, there's an entire game ahead of us. I'm not exactly sure how long it is. It could be like 2 hours, 3 hours long. I'm not really sure how long into the game I am. Pamphlet. But so far I'm enjoying myself. I think we've moved along at a nice pace. The game allows you to discover things, but also at your own pace. And I think I've had an overall nice pace. And wait, she was supposed to see me, so okay, hi Lonnie, if you wanted to come over to my house so this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. Oh yeah, that's the same thing. And just do the drawing. Okay, so I just didn't see the drawing at first. I think that Sam maybe like ran away from home or something. Katie, please, whatever you found, don't tell mom and dad. The attic. So she's planning something, right? I keep asking, but oh. Something about being in a big house all alone kind of creeps me out, I gotta admit. Okay, so overall it's a nice house. I don't know why people call it a creepy house. Why there's this really annoying creepy ass buzzing. Okay, the books. Okay guys, so I think we made it pretty far. and I'm gonna end it here. Stick around for the next parts. I'm so far really enjoying this. It's atmospheric. I'm really interested to see what happens. So yeah, I'll see you guys in part 2. Bye.